Isang masayang pagbati na may ngiti sa aking mga labi. Naghahanap ba kayo ng makakatuwang sa pagre-review ng inyong anak? Meron yan sa DepEd. Ang ETUlay online tutorial ay libre at handog ng ating kagawaran sa pangunguna ng OUA ICTS EdTech. Ito ay isang proyektong makatutulong sa mga mag-aaral, katuwang ang mga magulang o kasama sa kani-kanilang tahanan para masagutan at maunawaan ang mga modules. Hangad din ng programang ETUlay ang matulungan ang ating mga guro sa kanilang mga blended learning classes. Ang ating ETUlay ay mula kinder hanggang senior high school. Bukod sa academics, meron din tayong mga special programs gaya ng All is Wellness, Reading and Math Remediation, Storytelling, Mommy Tech Talks, Classes sa Gramatika, Speech Class, Financial Literacy, at marami pang iba. Pinalawig din ng ETUlay ang ating Alive program para sa mga mag-aaral mula grade 1 hanggang grade 3. Gayon din ay mayroon tayong ALS program at SPED tutorials na makasisigurong makakamit ng lahat ang inclusive education. May SPED hotline na rin para sa inyong mga katanungan patungkol sa special education. Kaya, subaybayan mula Lunes hanggang Biyernes, mula 9 ng umaga hanggang 7 ng gabi ang ating ETUlay. Sa ating pagtutulungan, maiaangat natin ang bawat isa. Ating itutulay ang pagkatuto upang di mapigil ang pag-aaral ng kabataang Pilipino. Itulay natin ito, sulong edukalidad.
Mabuhay! Good day to all! I am your tutor Madge. Welcome to ETUlay, a free online tutorial, an initiative of the Department of Education, Information and Communications Technology Service, Educational Technology Unit, ICTS EdTech. This program is aimed at helping and assisting learners from kindergarten, senior high school, ALS, Alive, and SPED learners. Aside from answering the modules, the ETUlay is offering programs which you will surely look forward to. Together with our parents and teachers, the ETUlay will bridge the gaps where difficulty and ease meet in learning new knowledge and skills. So, let us prepare our modules, pen and paper. Ready your mind to see and hear worthwhile and interesting lessons. Let us now study and learn, together with our volunteer online tutors. Tara na!
Okay, ayan. So, good afternoon ulit sa ating mga manonood ngayong hapong ito. So, again, today is Friday. Ayan, April 8, 2022. Ayan, so, muli, dahil Friday ngayon, alam nyo na, pag Friday ay Mathematics Day, no? So, welcome to our DepEd ETUlay online tutorial for grade 6 Mathematics. So, muli, in behalf of Tutor Prince, ang ating Prince of Math, na aking director for today, ay ako ulit ang inyong mga kasama ngayong hapon. Ako ang inyong Math Bay. Ako si Tutor Andre. Ayan. So, bago muna tayo magsimula ay may batian portion muna tayo. Ayan. So, para magandang ating Friday. So, simulan natin kay Kevin Martin Doluntak. Good afternoon po. Watching from Sorsogon East Central School, Sorsogon City. Grade 6 SSES Advisor, Ma'am Jessica Ramiscal. Ayan, kay Gwyneth Angeline Legaspio Tolentino. Good afternoon po. Watching from Aurora Quezon Elementary School, SDO Quezon City. Ayan, kay Eliza Gina Trujillo. Good morning po or good afternoon po. Watching from Malasin Elementary School, SDO City of Ilagan, Isabela, Region 2. Kanyang class advisor ay si Ma'am Joan Darbin. Ayan, kay Angelic Melissa Lazar. Good afternoon po. Watching from Marilao Central Integrated School, Marilao North District, Marilao, Bulacan. Ayan. Kay Idian Rivera, happy learning everyone. Ang kanyang advisor si Ma'am Sunny Victor Rama, principal si Sir Rodel Domingo, Ganyo ng San Pedro Villa Concepcion Elementary School, Rojas East District SDO Isabela. Ayan. Kay Roxeline Adiroff, okay, Roxeline Florida. Good afternoon po. 6 ang pagita watching from SDO Batangas Tilangbo Elementary School. Ayan. Ian Gay Ramos, good afternoon po. Cassandra Bravo, good afternoon po. Watching from Gamu Central School, grade 6 Mahogany. Watching and listening to DepEd ETUlay. Thank you very much, Cassandra. Ayan, of course, kay Rihanna Abdir, good afternoon po. Watching from Santa Cruz Central Elementary School. Ayan, ang kanyang math advisor ay si, of course, si Sir Renz Christian Pabico na na-celebrate ang kanyang birthday last week. So, belated happy birthday po, Sir Renz. Salamat po sa lagi po ninyong pagtutok sa ating DepEd ETUlay online tutorial for grade 6 math and to your students as well. Kay Kerubin, Gabriel Villamor, ayan. Nod tayo, math 6 na. Thank you very much. Ayan, okay. And lastly na lang, kay Trisha Lorraine Pabuyo, happy learning everyone. Advisor niya si Ma'am Sunny Rarama ng San Pedro Villa Concepcion Elementary School, Rojas East District SDO Isabela. So muli, good afternoon po sa lahat ng mga manood ng ating DepEd ETUlay. Okay, so simulan na natin ating lesson. So ayan, muli abangan po kami ni Tutor Prince every Friday. Math 6, 1 o'clock to 1:40 p.m. po via our FB and YouTube pages at in DepEd EdTech Unit, DepEd Tayo, DepEd Philippines, DepEd EdTech, and DepEd TV. Maraming salamat po. Okay. So, wala muna tayong students of the week dahil sa nagkaroon tayo ng technical difficulties last week, no? So, atin na muna nga simulan ng ating lesson for quarter 3, week 8. And by the way, this is our last meeting last week for quarter 3 kasi next week, that will be April 22, ay sisimulan na natin quarter 4. Next week ay hindi mo tayo magkikita dahil Holy Week. So magnilay-nilay muna tayo lahat next week, no? So we will be resuming our ETUlay on April 22. So this will be our last week for quarter 3. So we have quarter 3, week 8 for mathematics 6, solving word problems involving measurement of surface area. Okay. So muli maraming salamat sa ating mga division office, sa ating development team sa pag-lend sa ating modules na ginamit for our lesson for today. Sa inyong mga sir and ma'am, maraming salamat po. So what are the objectives of this session for today? So at the end of the tutorial session, you are expected to solve word problems involving measurement of surface area. So actually, or technically, continuation lang siya nung lesson nung last week. It's just that we're now going to solve word problems. Okay. So again, disclaimer, apologies for what happened last week due to the technical difficulties. That's why for today, we're going to continue the few slides. So may mga natitira pa kasing slides doon. So tuloy ko lang. So nung last meeting, discuss ko yung mga iba't ibang mga formula, space figures and their surface area. So let's have the continuation. So let's have cylinder. Ayan. So mapapasin yung cylinder. Ayan yung itsura niya. So we have its net. So a cylinder with a height h can be split into two congruent circles and a rectangle. Ayan. So each of the two circles has a radius whose length is r. So the radius is r. And therefore, the area of each circle is given by pi r squared. So we all know the area of circle is pi r squared. And then from that, we have also the length of the rectangle. So the length of the rectangle is the height of the cylinder, which is denoted by small h. And its length is equal to the circumference of the circular base. So the circumference of the circle, as we all know, is equal to 2 pi r. So therefore, getting the area of the rectangle, so we have length times width. So the length is the height, so that's h, and the width is the circumference, which is 2 pi r. The length is 2 pi r rather, and the width is the height. So that's 2 pi r times h, or simply 2 pi r h. And then from that, we'll be getting the surface area of the cylinder. So that is, again, surface area is 2 times the base plus the lateral area. So from that, our formula will be surface area equals 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h, or you may have also the other formula, surface area is equal to 2 pi r times the quantity of r plus h. So that's the formula for the surface area of the cylinder. Okay, let's proceed to the cone. So for the cone, you have the following parts, namely the slant height, the lateral curved surface, and the base. So from that, we will be having the surface area. So as you can see, that is the net of the cone. So we have the lateral surface, we have the slant height, the arc, and of course the base of the cone. So base of the cone is, of course, the circle. And again, we get the area of the circle, that is pi r squared. So to get the surface area of the cone, we have surface area equals to the area of the base, capital B, plus the lateral area. So therefore, we have this. So if you annul the lateral curved surface, the surface will be a sector of a circle. Then the arc of the lateral surface is as long as the circumference of the base. So therefore, from that, this is 2 pi r. So to get the area of the lateral surface, let us divide the sector into equal parts. Ayan. So we have to divide it into equal parts and then rearrange the parts in rectangular formation as shown below. So as you can see, pag pinagdugtong mo yung mga equal parts ng ating lateral surface, makakabuo tayo ng rectangular formation. So something like that. And as you can see, so it resembles as a rectangle, no? So the new figure now is a rectangle. So its length is equal to pi r, and its width is the slant height s. So therefore, the lateral area is pi r s, because pi r times s. And then from that, we are going to get surface area. So therefore, the surface area of the cone is pi r squared, which is the area of the base, plus pi r s, or simply pi r times the quantity r plus s. So ayun yung formula ng surface area ng cone. Okay, next, we have the sphere. Ayan, so as you can see, you have the sphere. So it's sort of a circle, but it's, of course, it's a space figure, so three-dimensional siya. So as you can see, the Greek mathematician Archimedes discovered that the surface area of a sphere is the same as the lateral surface area of a cylinder, having the same radius as the sphere and the height, the length of the diameter of a sphere. As you can see, it is shown on the figure, no? And from that figure, you have there the r. So r, of course, represents the length of the radius of the sphere, and also it represents the length of the radius of the bases of the cylinder. Then from that, we have 2r. 2r is the diameter of the sphere, which is also the height of the cylinder. So from that, we can say that the surface area of the sphere is equal to the lateral area of the cylinder. So therefore, the lateral area of the cylinder is 2 pi r h, and if h is equal to 2r, since our height is twice the radius, so therefore, we have to replace h by 2r, so we now have the lateral area of the cylinder is equal to 2 pi r times 2r, and if you multiply 2 pi r by 2r, you'll be having 4 pi r squared. And since the surface area of the sphere is equal to the lateral area of the cylinder, so it follows that the surface area of the sphere is equal to 4 pi r squared. And that's how to get the surface area of the sphere, 4 pi r squared. Okay, let's have a quick examples of getting the surface area of each solid figure. So as you can see, how do you get the surface area of this figure? So you have there, of course, that's a cube of the man. So the name of the solid figure is cube. And since that is a cube, so we are going to get the surface area of the cube. And how do we get the surface area of the cube? We have the formula 6 times the square of the side, or 6 times s squared. So from that, we are going to have the given side is 6 centimeters. So therefore, our solution will be surface area is equal to 6 times the square of 6 centimeters. So make sure that whenever we solve problems like this, we have to indicate the unit of measurement used. or we have to put the unit of measurement. So we have 6 times the square of 6 centimeters. So therefore, applying the order of operations, we have to square first 6. So square of 6 is 36. 6 times 6 is 36, no? And then we have 6 times 36 square centimeters. And of course, 6 times 36 is 216 square centimeters. So therefore, the surface area of the cube is 216 square centimeters. Again, do not forget, whenever we have surface area, comparison din siya ng area, so we have to put the word square because area is in terms of square units. So 216 square centimeters is our answer. Okay, next, let's have this figure. So what can you see there? Of course, obviously that's a cone. So the name of the solid figure is cone. And then we have the formula. Surface area is equal to pi r squared plus pi rs. So make sure that whenever you solve for the surface area of the given solid figure, you should know the formula, no? So the surface area of the cone is pi r squared plus pi rs. So from that, we have to replace the following. The following given, we have the radius is 3 centimeters and the slant height of the cone is 7 centimeters. And since we have there the pi, so we will be using pi equal to 3.14 or 3 and 1400. So from that, we have to replace r by 3 centimeters and s by 7 centimeters. So you now have surface area equals to 3.14 times the square of 3 centimeters plus 3.14 times 3 centimeters times 7 centimeters. Of course, you just simply apply the order of operations. So you simplify first at the square of 3 centimeters. So 3 times 3 is, of course, 9. So we now have, sorry for that. Ayan, so 3 squared is 9. So we now have 3.14 times 9. And then after that, we have to, of course, multiply 3 times 7 here. So 3 times 7 is 21. So we now have 21 square centimeters. And then simply multiply nyo lang yung dalawa. So 3.14 times 9 is 28.26 square centimeters. Similarly, we have 3.14 times 21 square centimeters. So that is 65.94 square centimeters. And lastly, you simply add the two given decimals. So you have 28.26 centimeters squared plus 65.94 square centimeters. So that's equivalent to 94.2 square centimeters. So the answer will be 94.2 square centimeters. Ayan. So very good ang ating mga grade 6. So habang nag-discuss ako ay nagagawa pa rin nila magsagot ng ating problems. Okay, so let's have the next one. For the next one, you have, of course, we have our cylinder there. And then we were going to use the formula. So surface area of cylinder is denoted by the formula 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi rh. So sana nakuha niyo ito, my dear students. And then from here, again, we have to replace the given information there in the cylinder. So you're given the radius of the cylinder, which is 2 centimeters, and the height of 5 centimeters. So wait. So I think it should be 5 centimeters. Okay, so correction lang. So this is 5 centimeters. So the height is 5 centimeters. Okay, because it's on the given. So from that, we are going to replace the radius by 2 centimeters and the height by 5 centimeters. And again, we will be using pi equals to 3.14. So again, we have now surface area equals to 2 times 3.14 times the square of 2 centimeters plus 2 times 3.14 times 2 centimeters times 5 centimeters. So ito ay medyo kailangan maging mapagpasensya na tayo, my dear students, kasi mahaba-haba ng ating solutions, no? But somehow, once you simplify, ay dapat tama ang kalalabasan natin na sagot. So sabi daw dito, 87.20 centimeters, 87.92 pala, sorry. So let's see kung tama. So we have there, the final answer will be 87.92 square centimeters. So that is our final answer. Very good, my dear students. So therefore, that's how to find the surface area of the given cylinder. Okay, so let's have another one. We have there the next one. Okay, obviously what figure is shown? So that is a rectangular prism, no? So since we have a rectangular prism, so we are given the length, the width, and the height. So therefore, we will be using the formula surface area equals to twice the length times width plus twice the length times height plus twice the width times height, or 2LW plus 2LH plus 2WH. And then again, we'll be replacing the given length, width, and height by their values. So the length is 7 centimeters, the width is 2 centimeters, and the height is 4 centimeters. So sabi nila 100 square centimeters. Are you sure? Okay, let's see. Okay, so according here, so we have 2 times 7 centimeters times 2 centimeters plus 2 times 7 centimeters times 4 centimeters plus 2 times 2 centimeters times 4 centimeters. And of course, simplify nyo lang one by one. So pwede nyo i-multiply ito. 7 times 2, you have 14. 7 times 4 here, you have 28. Then 2 times 4 is 8. Then multiply nyo ulit. Sabay nyo na. 2 times 14 is 28. 2 times 28 is 56, and 2 times 8 is 16. Then lastly, you add the 3. So you have 28 plus 56 plus 16. The final answer is 100. So therefore, the surface area of the rectangular prism is 100 square centimeters. So that is how to find the surface area of the given solid figure, rectangular prism. Okay, so let's have I think this is the last one for the given. So we have there the given, of course, what shape or what solid figure is given on your screens. So of course that is a sphere, no? So since you have a sphere, so we have to use the surface area of sphere, then that's denoted by 4 pi r squared. And since you're only given the radius of the sphere, so we just simply substitute the radius by its value. So therefore have the given, the radius is 9 millimeters. The radius of the sphere is 9 millimeters. So from that, we are going to use again pi equals to 3.14. So usually ginagamit natin ang pi as 3.14. But again, depende sa given problem. May iba namang problems na minsan hindi na ginagawang 3.14 ng pi. So minsan pi na lang. Or sometimes 22/7. Pero mostly, 3.14 ang ginagamit for pi. That's the approximate value of pi kasi. Okay, so from that, we are going to replace the radius by 9 millimeters. So that's surface area equals to 4 times 3.14 times the square of 9 millimeters. So therefore, we have, ayan, so we have 4 times 3.14. So kung napansin nyo, ito muna yung multiply natin para mabilisan tayo mag-multiply. So we have 4 times 3.14, that's 12.56. And then we have to get the square of 9. The square of 9 is 81. So you have 81 square millimeters. That will be multiplied to 12.56. And therefore, the surface area of the sphere is 1017.36 or 1017 and 3600 millimeters squared or square millimeters. So that is the final answer. So that is how to find the surface area of the sphere. Okay, so now that we're already done solving the given surface areas of the solid figure, so let's now solve word problems. But before we solve word problems, again, just to remind you all that these are the formulas in order to find the surface area of the given solid figure. So hopefully, ay naintindihan ninyo o nalaman nyo na kung marunong kayong gumamit ng formulas, ayan yung mga kailangan ninyong mga malalaman. Ayan, so nung nakaraan, na-discuss ko na pala yung prisms, cube, rectangular pyramid, and continuation natin today, which is the cylinder, cone, and sphere. So sana po ay nakuha niyo yung ating mga formulas. Okay, so yung nagagamitin natin in order to solve word problems involving measurement of surface area. So how do we solve word problems involving measurement of surface area? So let's have an example. So let's have this word problem. So let's read and study this problem. So we have hashtag ang bait ni Mary. Ayan, ang bait ni Mary. Ayan. Okay, so the problem is Mary wants to wrap her rectangular gift with a dimension of 15 centimeters by 6 centimeters by 2 centimeters. The question is, what is the least amount of wrapper can she use to wrap the gift? Okay, so yun yung question natin. So muli, let's try to analyze the problem. So in this case, can you help Mary to find the least amount of wrapper to wrap her gift? Mahuhulaan ba natin? Ma-solve ba natin yung ating word problem? Of course, to solve the problem, we will answer the following. So in order to solve this problem, muli, apply natin yung 4-step rule. So we have step 1, of course, we understand the problem. Hopefully, once you understand, you read first the problem. No? So let's have this. So what is asked in the problem? So based on the problem, it says that we get, or we are going, so the given facts are, of course, the dimensions of the rectangular gift, that is 15 centimeters by 6 centimeters by 2 centimeters. So how are you going to solve the problem? So once you finish step 1, we now proceed to step 2. We're going to plan the problem. Aba, may mga nagsasagot na kaagad ng problem, nakakabilis. Bibilis magsasolve ng ating mga grade 6 students. Ayan. Sige. So step 2, plan. Okay, so plan. What formula are you going to use? Of course, since you're given clue, rectangular gift, so obviously that resembles a rectangular prism. So the problem asks for the wrapper to be used around the gift. And for that, we're going to use the formula in finding the surface area of the rectangular prism. Ayan. So, syempre, may clue naman kayo. Nakita nyo na yung itsura ng rectangular gift. So from that, we will now proceed to step number 3, and that is we solve the problem. So if you solve the problem, of course, you're going to show your computation for that. Syempre, lagi naman ganun, no? So for the solutions, we have to use again the formula to find the surface area of a rectangular prism. So that is, formula is surface area is equal to 2 times the sum of length times width, length times height, and width times height. So you may have that formula. So from that, of course, we're going to replace the following. So obviously, in the given problem, your length is 15 centimeters. So this is your length. And your width is 6 centimeters. Then your height is 2 centimeters. So that will be your L, W, and H respectively. So from that, we're going to replace them in the formula. So if you do that, we will now have surface area is equal to 2 times the quantity, 15 centimeters times 6 centimeters, plus 15 centimeters times 2 centimeters, plus 6 centimeters times 2 centimeters. So that's how to solve the problem. And then from that, we're going to get the surface area. So from that, of course, we apply the GEMDAS. So we have to solve first the terms or the numbers inside the parentheses. And of course, we multiply the numbers. So 15 times 6 is 90. So you have 90 square centimeters. 15 centimeters times 2 centimeters is 30 square centimeters. And then 6 centimeters times 2 centimeters is 12 square centimeters. So from that, we are now going to add them all. So 90 plus 30 plus 12. So that's equivalent to 132. So we now have surface area equals to 2 times the square, or should I say 2 times 132 square centimeters. And from that, we multiply 2 by 132, and therefore we'll get 264 square centimeters. So therefore, we can now say that 264 square centimeters is the amount of wrapper needed to wrap the gift. So everybody got it correctly. Very good, grade 6 students. Ayan. Okay. And of course, we have to apply the last step in solving word problems, and that is by checking. So how do we check the problem? So to check our answer, we will find the area using another formula. So yung kaninang formula, that is the one formula in getting the surface area. So this is the second one. This is another way of solving the problem. So we have to, again, apply the formula for surface area, another formula, 2 times length times width, plus 2 times length times height, plus 2 times width times height. So from that, we have to replace again length, width, and height by 15 centimeters, 6 centimeters, and 2 centimeters respectively. So, ganun pa din ang gagawin ninyo. For checking lang naman ito, syempre, kailangan natin check kung talagang tama ang sagot natin. So, we have to replace, yan, so you have 2 times the quantity, 15 centimeters times 6 centimeters, plus 2 times the quantity, 15 centimeters times 2 centimeters, plus 2 times the quantity, 6 centimeters times 2 centimeters. And of course, you just simplify. So multiply the numbers. You have 2 times 15 times 6, then plus 2 times 15 times 2, plus 2 times 6 times 2. So you'll have this one. Ayan. So multiply mo na yun sa loob ng parentheses. So 15 times 6 is 90, then 15 times 3 is 30, 6 times 2 is 12. And then from that, multiply the given numbers there by pairs. Ayan. So 2 times 90, 2 times 30, and 2 times 12. So you arrive at 180 square centimeters plus 60 square centimeters plus 24 square centimeters. And if you add the 3, the result will be 264 square centimeters. So notice that, ano napansin ninyo? Grade 6. So notice that we have observed that with the answer is the same even if we are using different process or different method. So kahit na ibang ginawa natin, still pares pa din yung ating kasagutan. Okay, sige. So let's go to the next problem. Let's have another one. So hashtag milk naman dyan. Ayan. So our problem here is find the surface area of a can of milk whose diameter is 12 inches and 20 inches high. So please take note of the problem, huh? So find the surface area of a can of milk whose diameter is 12 inches and 20 inches high. Okay, so again, we have to apply the 4 steps. So 4 steps ulit tayo. So step number 1, that is we understand the problem. What is asked in the problem? Of course, you're asked to find the surface area of the milk can, no? And then, what are the given facts in the problem? So take note, the given facts are the diameter is 12 inches and the height of the can is 20 inches. So that's the height of the can. Of course, how are we going to apply the problem? How are we going to solve the problem rather? Of course, the next step is to plan. Anong formula ang kailangan ninyong gamitin? So of course, since the kind of milk resembles the cylinder, so therefore we will find the surface area of a cylinder. So, syempre, kailangan nyo gamitin yung surface area ng cylinder. And from that, we now apply step 3, that is solving the problem. So again, we will show the computation. So the surface area of the cylinder is 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. Since you're given the diameter and the height, so according to the formula, we have the radius. So of course, how do you find the radius? So since you're given the diameter, so we all know that the diameter is 2 times the radius. So therefore, to find the radius, we are going to get half the measure of the diameter. So that is 1/2 times 12 inches. And therefore, that is 6 inch. Your radius rather, your radius will now be 6 inches. So the radius of the cylinder is 6 inches. So therefore, we have to replace radius by 6 inches and the height 20 inches. So we now have this. Okay, so medyo anin ko na lang kasi malapit-lapit na rin mag-time. So ganyan ang gagawin natin. Papalitan mo lang yung pi ng 3.14. Papalitan mo yung r ng 6 inches. And papalitan mo yung h ng 20 inches. You have that. And of course, just like what we did earlier. So we just simplify. So you now have this. So notice that we multiply first 2 by 3.14. So 2 times 3.14 is equivalent to 6.28. And then you have square of 6, which is 36. Then multiply mo rin yung 2 by 3.14, that's 6.28. And you multiply 6 inches by 20 inches, that is 120 square inches. And then from that, you just multiply. So you have 6.28 times 36, that's 226.08. Then we have 6.28 times 120, that is 753.6 square inches. And if you add the two, the result will be 979.68 square inches. Wow, ang gagaling talaga ng ating grade 6 students. Talagang tama ang kanilang sagot. Very good. Okay. Ang gagaling talaga magsagot ng ating grade 6. And then from that, we therefore have 979.68 square inches is the surface area of the can of milk. Ayan. So that's how to find the surface area of the milk can. Okay. And of course, the last step is to check. So to check the problem, whether it's correct, so we're going to find the surface area using another formula. And we have this following. So another way of solving the surface area is this. So step 1, we solve the lateral area of the can. So the lateral area, since it's cylinder, that is 2 pi RH. So technically, parang ganun lang din, no? Kasi ibang way lang to. So we have 2 times 3.14 times 6 inches times 20 inches. So same thing. So the lateral area is 753.6 square inches. And then from that, we're going to check. And we have to apply step 2. So once you find the lateral area, you will now find the surface area. So that is surface area of the cylinder. That's lateral area plus 2 times the area of the base. Bakit 2 times? Kasi diba sa cylinder, dalawa yung bases natin. We have both circles. No? So therefore, we have to apply the area of circle for our capital B or area of base. So therefore, we now have LA or lateral area plus 2 pi r squared. And then from that, we have to replace r by 6 inches. So we have that lateral area is 753.6 square inches plus 2 times 3.14 times the square of 6 inches. And from that, ganun lang din, no? So technically, parehas lang din siya nung kanina. It's just that we have to solve it in another way or another method. So therefore, still, if you do that, we will arrive at the same answer. Surface area of the can is 979.68 square inches. So that's how to find the surface area of the cylinder. And notice that you have observed that the answer is again the same, even if we are using different process. Okay, so sana ay naintindihan nyo na ang pag-solve ng word problems. Sige nga, isang mabilis lang tayo. So try nyo nga itong isolve using the formula. Ayan. So again, solve the following problems. Use pi equals 3.14. So first problem is find the surface area of the basketball with a radius of 4.25 centimeters. Round your answer to the nearest tenths. And the second problem is an ice cream cone has a circular base of radius 2 centimeters and the slant height of 5 centimeters. So what is the surface area of the cone? Ayan. So we are going to find the surface area of the basketball and the surface area of the cone. Okay, so let's see sino kaya ang ano kaya ang tamang sagot. Sige, let's see. So habang nasasagot kayo ay may mga babati pa ba o may mga humabol pa ba na bumabati? Sige. So nakikita ko may mga bago tayong mga students sa ating comment box. So katulad dito parang ngayon ko ito na nakita nagsagot si Flodifel Cruz, ayan, si Zoe Rabago, ayan, nakikita ko lang si Mimi Villanueva Ocampo, ayan, si Kathleen Kaila, si Kyle Vincent Alcantara, si Zijan or Zaijan Gabriel Guevara, ayan, sino pa ba yung mga bago? May mga unfamiliar na student, ayan. So, binabati na natin para lang makita natin. Ay si Phil Sebastian Sardito. Kasi syempre yung mga iba na sasagot, syempre yung mga hindi ko na binabanggit, of course, kilala ko na kayo. Especially na lagi kayong very active sa pagsasagot ng ating homework at kayo nagiging part ng aking solvemates, no? So again, mamaya-maya may word problem tayo, homework. And also, later then, after this session, ay magkakaroon tayo ng recognition or awarding para lang sa ating mga active students ngayong third quarter. Yung mga nagpakitang galing o nagpakitang gilas ngayong third quarter. Ayan, si Diane Tuazon, bago lang din sa akin. Ayan, si Flotifel Cruz. Ayan, ano siya, si Francis Joseph Cruz. I think si parent yata na to. Hello po, ma'am, sir. Ayan. Si Francis Joseph Cruz pala ito. So, nag-aaral siya sa Rufino Cruz Memorial Elementary School sa may Bulacan. Wow, all the way from Bulacan. Ang kanyang Bulacan District of Pulilan. Ang kanyang teacher is si Ma'am Melanie Cabarubias. Ang kanyang principal ay si Rio Bernadette Tovera. Grade 6 Venus siya. Ayan, so may mga nagsasagot na. So, sabi ng mga iba, ang surface area doon ng basketball ay 226.865 square centimeters. So nagkakaisa kayo sa 226.865 or 226.865 square centimeters. O yung iba ni round off lang, 226.9. Okay. So yung sa cone naman, sabi 62.80 square centimeters. Okay, sige, let's check. Okay, so again, we have the formula for the surface area of a sphere. So since the basketball is a sphere, so we will use the surface area of the sphere. So that's 4 pi r squared. So again, we will use pi as 3.14. So that's 4 times 3.14 times the radius is 4.25 squared. So of course, we have to simplify, no? So from that, we are going to have multiply 4 by 3.14. So if you do that, so 4 times 3.14, that's equivalent to 12.56. And then that's multiplied by the square of 4.25. So if you multiply 4.25 by 4.25, the result is 18.0625. Of course, we have to put the centimeters here, and we have square centimeters. And then we have to multiply 12.56 by 18.0625. So, of course, you should do that manually. So, therefore, our final answer is 226.865 square centimeters. So, that's the surface area of the basketball. And of course, all of you got it correctly. Very good. Galing talaga ng ating mga kids, no? Okay, and of course, the next one, since the given is a cone, so you're going to get the surface area of the cone, and that is the formula, pi r squared plus pi rs. So that's pi r squared times pi rs, so that's equivalent to 3.14 multiplied by the square of the radius. So the radius is 2 centimeters. So you have the square of 2 plus 3.14 times the radius is 2 centimeters times the slant height is 5 centimeters. So that is 3.14 times, this is 2 squared, so that's 4. The 4 square centimeters plus, so you have 3.14 times 2 times 5 is 10. So you have 10 square centimeters. Then from here we have 3.14 times 4, that is 12.56. So that's 12.56 square centimeters plus 3.14 times 10. So that's 31.4 square centimeters. And if you add 31.4 by 12.56, so 31.4 plus 12.56, so that's 6,934. So that is 43.96. So therefore, the surface area of the cone is 43.96 square centimeters. And based on your comments, I'm seeing that you answered them correctly. Ang gagaling talaga ng ating mga grade 6 students. So talagang madali kayo matuto sa ating lesson for today. Ayan. So therefore, that's how to find the surface area. Of course, so gamitin nyo na ang pagkuha ng surface area kahit sa given figure or even in word problems. And because of that, I'll be giving you an assignment. And what's your assignment? Ayan. So please take note. I have prepared there two problems or two-word problems in order to uh, apply what you've learned for today. So for your homework, again, make sure lamang na whenever you are going to make your homework or to post your homework, please post it in our DepEd ETUlay FB page. And please use our hashtags ETUlay Level Up and hashtag ito Math 6 Q3 Finale Week. Math 6 Q3 Finale Week. And hanggat maaari, kung po pwede, hopefully, ay pakitag po kami ni Tutor Prince. Ulitin ko po, pakitag po kami ni Tutor Prince kung para din makita din namin ang inyong mga post para ma-reply namin kayo kagad. Okay? So that will be our assignment. So kayo na po ang bahala magbasa dyan. So you have two problems and make sure that you will going to solve them correctly. So please show your complete solutions and hopefully tama ang inyong mga kasagutan. Ayan. So basahin ko na din. So Kim plans to construct a tent with the following dimensions. The slant height is 3 meters and the base is 2 meters by 2 meters. How much fabric is required to construct the tent? So technically, ito sana yung assignment natin na ibibigay ko sana last week. Pero dahil sa technical difficulties, hindi ko na ibigay. So ngayon ko na siya ibinigay. And of course, this is another additional problem. So isang problem lang. Gerald owns an antique shop. He is applying a coating to a rectangular jewelry box whose dimension is 5 meters by 3 meters by 4 meters. The can of varnish is enough to cover 80 square meters. The question is there enough varnish left in the can to coat the jewelry box? And then explain your answer. Okay, so if I'm a little bit of higher order thinking skills or HOTS, some explanation na kinakailangan. Okay, so that will be your homework. And before we end, ayan, so pararangalan ko muna ang ating mga magagaling na students na nagpakitang gilas at nag-participate sa ating DepEd ETUlay online tutorial for quarter 3. So kung handa na po kayo ay iisa-isahin ko na po ang mga nanalo or mga nakakuha ng ating certificates. So sino-sino nga ba sila, Tutor Andre? So kung handa na lahat, let's get started. So by the way, ayan, so simulan natin sa una, ayan, so nakuha ng ating certificate sa ating alamat duty, ayan, so certificate of recognition is hereby awarded to Enaj Erica J. Galang of Sinigalasan Elementary School, SDO Bacor, Cavite, Region 4A, alamat duty for 3rd quarter. Wow, very good. Ayan, si Enaj. Sino pa ba? Ayan. By the way, palalahanan ko na ng ulit kayo, my dear students, whenever you're going to post your certificates sa ating FB or Instagram, mangyari lamang po na pakitakpan yung ating mga pirma dyan, yung mga pirma namin dyan, pakitakpan na lang po pag magpo-post po kayo sa social media ng inyong certificates. So pakitakpan na lang para na rin po sa Data Privacy Act, no? So for the safety na din, no? So hopefully naintindihan niyo po yun, my dear students. Maraming salamat po. So congratulations ulit kay Enaj Erica J. Galang. Sino-sino pa ba? Ayan. Also, ang nanalo din ng alamat, anako din ng alamat duty, si Nerwin P. Negal Jr. ng Santa Cruz Central Elementary School, SDO Laguna, Region 4A. Ayan. Sino pa po? Ayan. Si Gracie N. Kionisala ng Santa Cruz Central Elementary School, SDO Laguna, Region 4A. Alamat duty. Next, si Ian Gail R. Dilay ng Santa Cruz Central Elementary School, SDO Laguna, Region 4A, alamat duty. Ayan, si Gwyneth Angeline L. Tolentino ng Aurora A. Quezon Elementary School, SDO Quezon City, NCR, alamat duty. Maria Riana Mitisha T. Sempron ng Santa Cruz Central Elementary School, SDO Laguna, Region 4A, alamat duty. Wow, dami mga alamat duties. Ayan, si Maria Arian May B. Zacarias ng Sorsogon East Central Elementary School, SDO Sorsogon, Region 5, Alamath, Chuti. Si Jeric Johan S. Ramirez, Santa Cruz Central Elementary School, SDO Laguna, Region 4A, Alamath, Chuti. Ayan, si Adrian Ray D. Rivera ng San Pedro Villa Concepcion Elementary School, SDO Isabela, Region 2, Alamath, Chuti. Ayan, si Gerald R.V. B. Cantor ng San Pedro Villa Concepcion Elementary School, SDO Isabela, Region 2, Alamath, Chuti. Si Henry Stephen Kadapan, Santa Cruz Central Elementary School, SDO Laguna, Region 4A, Alamath, Chuti. Okay, ito iba naman. So, susunod naman ang ating mga math tinik Chuti. Wow, sila ay sina, ayan. Kevin Martin J. Dolunta ng Sorsogon East Central Elementary School, SDO Sorsogon, Region 5, math tinik Chuti. Si Alessandro B. Sandoval, Santa Cruz Central Elementary School, SDO Laguna, Region 4A, Math Tinik Chuti. Si Alia Judiel B. Javier, Santa Cruz Central Elementary School, SDO Laguna, Region 4A, Math Tinik Chuti. Rihanna A. Abadier, Santa Cruz Central Elementary School, SDO Laguna, Region 4A, Math Tinik Chuti. Si Ivan Joseph C. Felnar, Santa Cruz Central Elementary School, SDO Laguna, Region 4A, Math Tinik Chuti. Carl Yuan S. Marasigan, Santa Cruz Central Elementary School, SDO Laguna, Region 4A, Math Tinik Chuti. Ito naman ang ating mga Math Gilas Chuti. Wow! Ang mga Math Gilas Chuti, si John Vincent A. Gadi, Marauli Elementary School, Masantol South District, SDO Pampanga, Region 3, Math Gilas Chuti. Lorraine Jewel M. Damitan ng Santa Cruz Central Elementary School, SDO Laguna, Region 4A, Math Gilas Chuti. Si Tristan Uriel M. Cruz ng Santa Cruz Central Elementary School, SDO Laguna, Region 4A, Math Gilas Chuti. Si Fiona Irene U. Espina ng Maluli Elementary School, Masantol South District, SDO Pampanga, Region 3, Matsigasig Chuti. Wow, Matsigasig Chuti pala. Okay, next. Si Angelic Marie B. Salazar ng Marilao Central Integrated School, SDO Bulacan, Region 3, Matsikap Chuti din. Si Sian Ronald S. Castillo, Santa Cruz Central Elementary School, SDO Laguna, Region 4A, Matsikap Chuti din. Si Jeremy Lynn A. Gauna, Santa Cruz Central Elementary School, SDO Laguna, Region 4A, Matsikap Chuti. James Joseph E. Bumatay, Santa Cruz Central Elementary School, SDO Laguna, Region 4A, Matsikap Chuti. Ayan, si Carl Dominic U. Baliwas ng Muñoz Central School, SDO Science, City of Muñoz, Nueva Ecija, Region 3, Matyaga Chuti. Wow, ang dami mga awardees. Very good. Si Briggs Matthew I. Soliman ng Marilao Central Integrated School, SDO Bulacan, Region 3, Matyaga Chuti. Si Cassandria C. Bravo ng Gamu Central, SDO Isabela, Region 2, Matyaga Chuti. Si Jenbert B. Manese ng Malauli Elementary School, Masantol South District, SDO Pampanga, Region 3, Matyaga Chuti. Ayan, si Zyrene Milka C. Ascendente ng Santa Cruz Central Elementary School, SDO Laguna, Region 4A, Matyaga Chuti. Wow. Ayan, matsipag cutie naman, matsipag cutie, si Princess Lorraine C. Del Rosario ng Abangan Sur Elementary School, SDO Bulacan, Region 3. Matsipag cutie. Si Laila Camille B. Vergara ng Marilao Central Integrated School, SDO Bulacan, Region 3. Matsipag cutie. Ayan, wow. Si Princess Yana T. Taglokop ng Marilao Central Integrated School, SDO Bulacan, Region 3, Matsipag Cutie. Si Lay Aldred Ibay ng Marilao Central Integrated School, SDO Bulacan, Region 3, Matsipag Cutie. Ayan, si Roxy Liana R. Dugan ng Marilao Central Integrated School, SDO Bulacan, Region 3, Matsipag Cutie. Si Alessandra Amurao ng Marilao Central Integrated School, SDO Bulacan, Region 3, Matsipag Cutie. Si Zildjian Evans G. Ofracio ng Marilao Central Integrated School, SDO Bulacan, Region 3, Matsipag Cutie. Si Rona May Esperanza ng Santa Barbara Elementary School, SDO Bulacan, Region 3, Matsipag Cutie din. Wow. Ayan, si Marico Asia G. Vasquez ng Santa Cruz Central Elementary School, SDO Laguna, Region 4A, Matsipag Cutie. I think this is the last award for the student. And of course, sa ating school na, of course, laging active sa ating DepEd ETUlay online tutorial for quarter 3. None other than, of course, Santa Cruz Central Elementary School from SDO Laguna, Region 4A. Most active school. Congratulations po. Ayan, sa Santa Cruz Central Elementary School. Of course, kay Sir Renz pa din. Sir Renz, congratulations po ulit sa inyo. And of course, lahat po ng certificates na certificate of recognition ay, of course, is presented to the following. Ayan. During the third quarter, ETUlay online tutorial in Mathematics 6 of school year 2021-2022 conducted by the ICTS Educational Technology Unit, given this 8th day of March. Sorry, this is April. Correction lang po. April pala to dapat, no? Ayan. Given this 8th day of April 2022 through StreamYard. Of course, signed by yours truly, Math 6 Tutor, by the Tutor Prince, of course, Math 6 Tutor, and of course, our elementary math program head, signed by Mr. Mark Anthony Hamsal, ETUlay Project Lead, and Sir Mark Anthony C., Head of ICTS ETU. Ayan, so maraming salamat po ulit sa inyong lahat. And muli, congratulations po sa inyong lahat. Ayan, and of course, before we end, of course, kung meron kayong mga suggestions, feedbacks, or kahit anuman, ay mangyari lamang na pakiscan itong QR code na nakikita niyo sa inyong mga screens right now, or you may visit us at www.tinyurl.com/3qstakeholdersfeedback. And of course, maraming salamat po sa inyong mga feedbacks. So thank you very much for listening, and for comments or suggestions, please do email us at edtech@deped.gov.ph. So muli, up next is Tutor Rose Ann and Tutor Jolly for Mathematics Grade 7. So muli, maraming salamat po sa inyong pagtutok. So see you all on April 22. So next week is Holy Week. So tayong lahat ay magnilay-nilay muna. At lagi po tayong magdadasal sa Panginoon Diyos. So muli, maraming salamat po sa inyo lahat. This has been your Tutor Andre, kasama si Tutor Prince, ang aking director. Thank you, Sir Prince. So hope you learned something, and see you all on April 22. Goodbye and happy weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.
Ang husay naman! Natapos mo ang iyong tutorial session kasama ang iyong mahusay na ETUlay tutor. May bago ka bang natutuhan? I-share na yan gamit ang hashtag #ETUlayLevelUp. Huwag aalis ha, dahil may susunod pang programa na pwede mo ring panoorin at salihan dahil naghihintay na ang iyong mga tutors. Happy learning dito sa ETUlay!